If you keep scrolling down here, it shows you different screenshots. This is Soundation. We don't use that. So we're going to skip that. We're going to go to Soundtrap. It's the same kind of thing. So the first thing to do is we want to import our files into our project. So I've opened up a new Soundtrap project here. Now, if you are on your home computer and you already have these files, you can click Import File here, and you can click on your iTunes library, and here we have all of my music, which is pretty overwhelming. So let's say, for example, one of my songs is Beyonce. I'm not sure if I have... Oh, yes. Okay. So Love on Top is one of the songs that I picked. So you click Open, and it'll simply load. So there it is. Now this song is actually first. So I'm going to put that on top. You see how I did that? I can just drag the track right on top of one another. Yes. Okay. So again, I'm going to click on this, click Open. Okay, so now I have 4 songs, and obviously all of these are playing at the same time, so we don't want that. The other thing too, as you know, in projects in the past, we've used the numbers up here as measure markers. Well, now we don't want measures, we want time, because we're using songs that are already created, and we're going to be creating audio that we don't necessarily need measures for. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to push the settings spool here, and down here instead of beats, I'm going to click time. So now you can see how much time each song has. Something else to look at while in this project, I'm going to zoom out. I'm going to use the magnifying glasses here in the corner just so I can really see each song. Now, each one, we want to pick a minute of each song. So I know ideally I'm going to have something that kind of looks like this. They're like stairs. And I'm aiming for anywhere between 4 and 5 minutes. I don't want my project to be that much longer. So now that I have my songs kind of sort of in place, I'm going to go through and see if I can kind of clip the parts that I like. So now I'm going to go through and see what parts that I want to keep and where I want to include fade in and fade outs. Remember, we're going to have our narrative placed in our minute or so of each song. So we want to make sure we pick a place where maybe the lyrics or the music aren't so important. So let's take a listen. So the real singing doesn't really start until like 40 or so seconds in. So maybe I want to incorporate my narration here in the beginning. So the way that I do that is the same way. Remember, we incorporated fade in and fade outs on our ABA project. So again, this is called the automation tool. Looks like a little heart rate monitor. So we're clicking automation and we're clicking volume. Now I want this to start out as the full volume, and then I want it to kind of have the music in the background here until, however long it takes me to read it, but maybe it'll be something like this. And depending on how loud my narration is, it can be A little bit louder, a little bit softer. So this is where I'll actually record the narrative, which I will do in a second. Let's go back to the end of our recording here. Now you see that as soon as got here, Beyonce started playing too. So we want to push this over. Obviously, we don't want two songs playing at once. And again, I'm just listening to see where I can kind of fade it out, where it makes sense. So I'd probably say somewhere around there. So I'm just going to click here and I'm going to fade it out. Now, I actually want to cut this because I don't want it anymore. So I'm going to click on it. And you can see that I also muted Beyonce here. So now I don't have to worry about that. But I'm going to click on this and I'm going to go edit split region or Command E, one of the two. And then I'm just going to click on the rest of it and I'm going to push delete. Now, let's say working later, I want that portion back, right? Well, all I have to do is click and drag here, and it'll give you the song back. The file is still the file. You're just kind of taking a piece of it. So now we have about a minute and 20 seconds of Radiohead, and I'm going to go on to the next song. I'm going to repeat this process, and you'll kind of see it at the end finished. But again, clicking the automation tool, you want to do this for every song that you have. And I want Beyonce to start kind of like right here. Maybe I'll do a little bit of a fade in to kind of ease transition, like so. So fade out and then fade in with the next song. Okay, so just to kind of fast forward a little bit. So now you can see I've zoomed out a little bit too. So you see that I have 4 songs, one after another, again, kind of like stairs, right, or steps. Each one has this dip down in volume, a fade into the song and a fade out. Unless the song has kind of a slow beginning where you see in J. Cole, I did not do a fade in, but I did do a fade out. And same thing with John Coltrane and Johnny Hartman, Dedicated to You, our last song here, has kind of a slow beginning, so I didn't do a fade in there. Again, it's a musical decision. And I have this dip down to where I'm going to record my narrative. Go!